Hello, good day. Welcome to the chair quickie. You need a chair, of course. Any chair will do. And we are working on the spine, of course, because if you're sitting too much on a chair, you probably are hunching and you feel like everything becomes a little stiff. So if you work a lot on a desk or seated, help yourself please to this additional disc that you can put nicely underneath your pelvis, and it really makes all the difference. You will see and be able to see that the range of movement is completely different, and it feels so nice to move your pelvis and your spine around on this disc. And as you can see immediately as well, you engage your abdomen, and that is really what makes all the difference when you're seated. So I find myself in between doing exactly that movement all the time when I'm working, and it helps to not get stiff and to keep the lymphatics moving and the spine flexible and not getting tired and stiff throughout the day. So that disc might be very handy. I will work on this. It makes a huge difference. If you don't have one, I will link the Amazon link. They cost €7. You want to have maybe a set of blocks, as always, and for one very special movement, very important movement, you want to have either a stick, get the mop out of the corner, out of the attic, or a string, a belt, and a towel also works. That kind of a movement you want to do later, so you have something that is wide enough. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to show you some movements from the side, but you will sit straight on your chair all the time, which will be great. Starting out, sitting on your chair in a 90 by 90 degrees angle, 90 degrees. You can have a relaxed posture at all the points of the 5 toes are on the ground, your feet are on the ground, you're looking straight up. Starting out with a highly energizing push and pull of the arms. It is this kind of movement. You can keep the fingers as you like. We want to really inhale when each hand is in front. I'm showing you in slow motion. So when the arm pulled back, the other one straightens up, and vice versa. Don't think about the exhalation. It will come naturally and by itself doing those movements. Just start going around. This little lovely movement and adding the breath is opening up the chest and the shoulders, massaging the lungs and the heart. And with a vigorous breath, we are adding a lot of fresh oxygen into our blood system and flushing our brains and our nervous system with fresh blood and oxygen. So if you feel a little dizzy or head high, it's actually the right sign that you're doing it right. If it gets too much, back off as always. slowly and gradually calm down to stillness. Calm down the breath and just feel the energy moving in your body. The next movement I show you from the front again. We're starting with neck rolls and moving the neck side to side, ear to shoulder. Starting out with ear to shoulder, we're bringing the neck ever so softly, and bringing the ear to the shoulder, and very carefully with the strength of your connective tissue and your muscles in your neck going to the other side, first in the middle, then to the other side. Me, for myself, I can feel I'm so stiff on the left side. And so become aware of your imbalances. Move gently into stretches. Back off if you feel any kind of pain. Be kind to yourself. Going back to the middle, to the right-hand side. And coming up in the middle, go to the left, last time. Back up to the middle, to the right. Into the middle. Well, I like to do my neck rolls, not rolling the neck on the spinal disc and the vertebra, but I like to use the muscles and the connective tissue to concentrate on my chin and rather have the motion led by the chin, concentrating, drawing big circles with the chin around your chest, to your shoulder, up and around. So let's do that. Go the first round slow. Really pushing the chin into my end range. And bringing it to the right shoulder and then pulling my chin down, stretching the back of my neck. Coming to the left side, pulling the chin up. Let's go 2 more rounds. Last one. We stop at the top and go the other way around, left side. Really pulling myself, feeling the crickles and the knuckles, and opening up all the connective tissue and the neurological pathways that are all in the neck, going up to the brain. That should feel very nice, especially if you worked all day long on the computer, maybe hunching down. One more. We keeping it down. I want to grab our knees and pull ourselves into a big arch, pulling ourselves to the back. I'll show you from the side. Make a double chin. And really open up the back side of your spine and the vertebrae, opening up the little space where your disc sits in by pulling in your navel towards the spine, pressing with your organs the spinal cord to open up on the back side. Slowly come back to neutral, leading with the belly. The neck comes last, going into an arch. Pulling down the shoulder, opening up the chest. Chest goes up and out. And leading with the chin again. We want to flow a few cat-cows on the chair. Slowly come back to neutral. The next move is a Sufi grind, but we want to keep it loosely here. So still in the 90-90, you want to start as if you want to scratch, as if you're in a barrel and you want to stretch out and touch the outside of the barrel with your spine. But you can either go only in the lumbar, you can use your shoulders as well, you can use the grip of your knees and just go freely and really feel into all the connective tissue of the pelvis, but also into the muscles on your back and your abdominal. And you can draw circles like in a Sufi grind, or you can just move your pelvis around on the disc, on the chair. And extend the movement like snake-like to the shoulders and also into the just warmed up neck. That should feel very nice. Then we change direction. Warming up and massaging our organs, opening up, massaging the lungs, the liver, the spleen, opening up the rib cage, mobilizing the nervous system and all the nerve paths that are connected to the spine. Massaging the disc that are sponge-like, squeezing them and moving them to make sure they're getting the fluid, liquefying and bringing fluids in all connective joint tissues and cartilages. And slowly come down back to neutral. Use the grip of your hands, bring the feet a little bit wider than the chair and your hip. You want to pull yourself, give your lower back a little arch and really elong the spine while coming in between your knees and bring the hands forward onto the floor. Use the grip of your hands as well to further elonging the spine and slowly let the head hang. Breathe into this forward fold and let the torso sink deeper in between your legs. That should feel very nice. And with our next exhale, push through the legs and bring the hands underneath your shoulder and roll your spine up from the lower back through the thoracic The head keeps hanging, the shoulder keeps hanging. When you're at the shoulders, give yourself a little shoulder loop and bring up the neck and the head to neutral. Nice. Stay as you are. Bring your towel or your string or your belt. I bring my broomstick. Grab the towel or your broomstick, having the fingers in front and the thumb goes behind. I'll show you the movement one time slowly. You bringing both hands over your head. You want to find the width that is, especially for the first ones, a little bit wider than your hip, and substantially making a big V with your arms to be able to bring the hands and the arms back to and down to your pelvis. We're flushing out all the shoulder joints, opening up the rib cage, massaging the lungs. This should feel very nice, especially when you're sitting too long. You're becoming very short in the chest and the front shoulder area. And go back. Go in your own pace and see if you can adjust the grip to going a little bit narrower and feel that the stretch becomes more intense. But by now you should be very warm, and that should also feel very nice. See, I like to use the stick so you can also extend and get into the stretch. I get shorter a little bit with my width, and then I really, when I'm coming to the back, I really grab and hold on to my stick to really get the juice out of the stretch of the front. And you see my arch in the spine when I go back, and a little bit around when I'm in the front. And go two more. Such an important move for desk workers. Stay in the front, relax, get rid of your belt, your towel or your stick. Come to the front to show you. The feet go now even a little bit wider, so you make a nice V shape with your thighs. I like to have the heels on my mat to stick them there. Both hands go up over your head, stretch out your lumbar, and then you go have the right hand going down to your side, the hands pulling you down, and the left hand pulls you up over to the side. If you try to keep your biceps on your ear, you will not lose the alignment of the side stretch. Come back, both hands up. Left hand goes down to the side, pulls down, right hand pulls up. I like to ease into the stretch just a little bit during the first repetitions to warm up my side. Exhale, arm goes down, and with the inhale we stretch to the left. Arms, arm up, both up. One more to the right. Both arms up to the left. Keep both arms up. Give yourself a pistol grab, and that is pulling the hands into each other, but keeping the, what do you call this finger again? The showing finger, pulling up, pressing our hands together, and then for the last one, bring the ears to the biceps and really pull yourself out and about to the right side. Hold it and breathe. Back up. To the middle, up and out. Bring the ears to the biceps again and go to the left side. And really pull out, elongate your spine away from the pelvis. Up, bring the arms to the side, onto your knees again, and one more time, bring your torso in between, fold to the ground, bring the hands to the ground. Here, if you have your blocks, it is nice to this time use your blocks to extend the floor and really stretch into the shoulders, opening up the rib cage, elongating and straightening the spine, elongating the disc and the spaces between the vertebrae. You can have the feet really pushing down into the floor to give yourself more space, to pulling the pelvis out and back, and the spine making it even longer. That should feel very nice. Stay like this. Leave the blocks where they are. Put the hands on the floor, just underneath your shoulders. Bring the right hand underneath the nose and your mouth, and bring the left arm up and about. So if you feel like me, I always feel like my arms are too short somehow, you can also just put one of the blocks or your towel again and see. It gives me so much more leverage, and it actually straightens the line of my spine with the pelvis and gives me a little bit more space to open up to the left hand side, pulling my arm up to the ceiling and back, stretching out the shoulder again. Bring the hand back to the other hand, change. And left hand goes up, left hand goes down, the right hand goes up to the side and out, and you can see, can really push myself away from the ground to give myself way more space in the shoulder, to have the spinal twist, and back again to the middle. We do one more to each side. So the right hand goes on the block, we push away and open up through the left side. And you can elongate the twist of the spine when you follow with your eyes, with a view, and have a look at your hand and fingertips. Hand go back to the block, change to the other side. Left hand goes down, right hand goes up, right hand pushes away, up to the sky, left hand pushes down. Back with both arms, get rid of the block. Give yourself one more nice folding your body in half with the fingertips onto the floor. And with the next exhale, again, rolling up the spine. Head comes last, maybe a shoulder twist. That should feel delicious. Bring our hands onto our knees again. I like to get my legs and heels as wide as I can into a goddess pose, seated position. If you lean, you can feel now that you can actually lean your entire torso, as in your torso hinges in your shoulders, which are leaning nicely on the knees, and they give you kind of like a range, a different kind of range without using your muscles, and that's exactly what we want to use. So leaning in front, you want to dip down with your left shoulder to the right side, and you can do so revolving to the other side by bending the right elbow and just ever so slightly pulling your chest down and sideways, stretching the back side of your pelvis muscle. That should feel so nice. Slowly come back to the middle. Get your hinge back. I like to turn my left elbow already out to the outside, and then I just collapse and pull the shoulder of the right side to the left down heel or knee. Come back and do 2 more at your own pace. One more to each side. Beautiful. Stay in the wide V-shaped that we just came out. So you stay as you are. We want to bring our hands over our head again. This time you want to just touch your fingertips like this, as in to align your middle. Make yourself be aware of your middle and your side and front line. Then we tilting our torso to the right, bringing the shoulders as much as we can to the right, and then opening up both of our arms, bringing the left hand to the right knee. And it helps me to come to my tippy toes, because it kind of like brings the knee closer to the hand, and the right hand, you can either pull on and hold on to the back side of your chair, which is nice because you can pull yourself out and strong and taller and extend the twist. Come out the same way you came in. Head starts first. Hand goes back to the side. Arms meet in the middle over your head. You turn back, other side. Go slow. Become longer. Spread your arms to the side. Left hand, right hand meets left knee. And I grab the back of my stall and really, you can tell, I push myself back away from the ground, elonging my spine up to the ceiling and going into the twist, very controlled, pulling in my navel. Come back out slowly, head comes first. Spread the arms, meet the arms up and get out. And slowly fold ourselves to the front, bring our torso in between our pelvis, hands touching the ground, heels coming down now. That should feel so nice. I want to show you this from the side as well, because we want to extend that movement. So I like to use my heels as well, feeling the solid ground underneath my feet. And you can use whatever feels comfortable for you. I like to use all of my options in between just to feel into. So the roundness of the spine, we want to extend the roundness of the spine, bringing in the chin, turning in the forehead, and really pulling the navel inwards and out and up. And you can use grabbing the legs of your chair really, and really feel into, look, I'm coming a little bit closer with the stance of my leg to just pull myself deeper into the roundness of my lumbar spine. And you can hold yourself in the front, clasping your hands, and you will feel that you are stretching and moving different parts of the back of your spine. So really become a little bit playful with yourself and then just learn and get to know your body a little bit. Easing out of the movement, bringing the hands to the front. Straightening the spine, bringing the head into neutral. And then rolling back vertebra by vertebra. Having the head hang, shoulder loop, and bringing up the head last. That should feel very nice by now. I come to the top edge for the last movement, top edge of the chair. And this time it is actually nice. You can kind of like hinge on the backbone of your pelvic floor and hang your buttocks onto the ridge of the chair. See, you can kind of like hang out here, which is nice because you can straighten out your legs. Grab your stool with the fingers to the outside and really feel yourself in another opening of the chest and straightening out the arms and feeling yet another hinging, so you have everything else quite loose. Bring your feet back into a 99, and for one last time, really open up your chest. Bring the shoulders, spread the shoulders wide. Pull yourself with the hinge of the pelvis floor and open up the spine to the other side. And the head comes last. And just if you feel like it, if you don't feel like it, you can have the head just like that. But if you want, you can use your chin to lead you again and go into a very controlled opening of the chest and neckline. Come back to neutral. Have your legs straighten again, and very softly, I like to walk my hands on my legs down to the toes. You can bend your knees as first to really have a straight line on your lumbar, folding onto your thighs. Let the shoulders at the head hang. You can either touch the ground and pull away, push away, straighten your leg. Play around here a little bit. Feel free to really ease into the Paschimottanasana, forward fold. This is going to be the last movement. And bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Bring the feet back into 99. Maybe lean one more time. Grab your elbows, your opponent elbows underneath your legs and really squeeze yourself in. Let yourself hang loose. Roll up to neutral. And bring your hands into a prayer position. Thank yourself for giving yourself a good deal of loving. Thanks for joining. I hope you feel fabulous. And we see each other soon. Namaste. It's also nice, a chair, to actually just keep sitting and go into your little meditation. Ciao.